Do some glasses, really. Probably would help. So, join me for a little wander. It's been a long time since I've been out and about. But I've been let out for good behaviour. I thought I'd bring you guys along. So, location. We are in Anapa. ANAPA, coast of the Black Sea, about 50 miles from Crimea. And this walkway goes on for miles, and we'll be walking back that way in a while. We'll carry on down here first. Purpose for us being in Anapa was for me to get some MRI scans. So some of you may know, back in the UK I had health issues, had surgery on my neck, and was due for surgery again. Lots of tests, various tests and poking and prodding, and ultimately I was waiting to be advised as to whether I was going in for one surgery or two. Didn't sound very pleasant. I was warned that I may never speak again after the surgery. This is in the UK, which, like I say, didn't sound very pleasant. I wasn't too keen on that, to be honest. Didn't fancy doing a Stephen Hawkins or something. And then we came to Russia, and without going over the whole thing in depth again, some of you already know, the doctor just was pretty horrified. Never seen a case like me before, as bad, and prescribed me a load of pills in the hope that it may improve, because out here in Russia they would just treat it. He asked me what treatment I was on, and the reply came, none. It's just surgery. And his face said 1,000 words. That was 3.5 years ago, something like that. So I left the UK being scheduled for surgery, came to Russia, was put on some treatment, and here I am, still no surgery. Lumps in my neck have got smaller and smaller, and so the purpose of today was to follow up. Had an MRI scan last year, so another MRI scan. But that sort of expanded a little bit. I've ended up having 3 MRI scans because I've had a bit of an issue with a headache, reoccurring headache in the same place. And I never used to suffer from headaches at all, but it keeps popping back. So as a precaution, whilst we were there, let's do 1 MRI scan on my neck from the front, and then we'll do 2 MRI scans on the back of my neck and head to see if they can find a brain first, which I told them they need to be scanning my foot for that. And also a topography, because, if I was a horse I'd have been shot by now, but I do have a lump on my lung. So we've had a topography just to see what that's about, see if that's got any worse, or etc. So some result is, all morning we've been in I've had 3 MRI scans, one after another, and 1 topography scan. Now, can you guess how much that has cost? Can you? I bet you can't. Because it has cost... Yeah, but that was yours as well, honey.
No? Mine is, yeah.
You sure?
6.9, I think, yours.
I thought it was 3.6 and 1.6.
1.6 MRI
Front.
Freud, and 1.650 and 1.650 computer tomography, and
Yeah.
2 MRI. It's 360, 330 and 360.
Okay, oh well. Anyhow, we're arguing about pennies. We're looking at between 6,000 and 7,000 rubles for 3 MRI scans and a topography scan. Yeah, about 50 quid. And it was, yeah, well, not even a while you wait service. I didn't do any waiting. You know, we booked in to have the thyroid scan at the front of the neck. And then when we discussed, obviously, the headache, I said, oh, well, we better do MRIs on that if you want to do it. And so, yeah, straight in to do that as well. As always, I'm absolutely flabbergasted by the quality of care that you get here in Russia. As always. And considering, and that's going private, you know, that's a personal choice. I've decided to go private. I don't have to, I get free healthcare. Some people might say, well, why'd you go private? And I said, well, a couple of reasons. One, I think I should, because I'm not a Russian citizen, so I haven't been here long enough to earn any credits in my head to justify me loading up the health service that other people can be using. And two, I can afford to pay for it. And three, it's so cheap, I can definitely afford to pay for it. Medic, man down. Got half a glass. Oh well, I'll fix them at a later date. But anyhow, long and short of it, we've paid for it. Less than £50, 3 MRI scans and a topography scan. It's absolutely insane. Yeah. Sup in Russia, bro? You doing okay? Yeah, pretty good. It's a lovely day. We've had some snow. It's been cold. Pretty much since before December, I haven't really been doing any YouTube-y. Couple of live streams, but wandering around the house because the weather's been crap and we've turned into hermits. But all the snow's melted. It's all gone. And I'm glad to say that it feels much more like a Napa. Warm, blue skies, sun shining. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Down there's the beach. Sea. Might wander along the beach. Reception's a little bit sketchy though. Case in point, doesn't like running without. So I lost you there for a bit. What is your favourite? No idea. Did you have surgery on your face? Oh, you're funny, aren't you? Okay, let's deal with you because you're an idiot. Dos Vidania. Don't do rudeness. Oh, I can hear something. They usually go low along the coast, so we don't see them. Yeah. Anyhow, bit of military planeage going on. If we were on the beach, we'd have seen that. Oh well. Oh well. Anyhow, welcome back. Sorry for the interruption. Should we go down there, wife? I love this old building. Well, is it old? That's the question. Made to look old. Lovely bit of stonework, look at that. A lovely little complex in here. Got an outdoor swimming pool and little apartments that you can rent. Probably won't be down the beach that long because it's a bit windy. So a lot of these places are closed at the moment. That pool obviously is shut down. It's a nice pool. Because it's winter here, so a lot of places are shut. Scandinavian hot tub over there in the distance. Golden Shore Apartments. AnapaSuites.ru. There you go. Oh, a little Stolivaya tucked in there, look, honey. I'm always thinking of food. Is that the Grand? Are we at the back of the Grand? I think. Is that the Grand Hotel? I think it is. Oh, based over Apex. I think it is. I think this is the back of the Grand Hotel. Right on the beach. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, getting a little bit breezy as we get to the beach, so should probably walk around the front of the Grand actually, avoid the wind. Should we go around that way? It's getting more and more windy.
Yeah.
Do you want to go on the beach? Nobody's saying anything. Nobody wants to go on the beach, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, here we are, 11:40 in the morning on a Wednesday, working day, off season, very, very quiet and peaceful. And a lot of construction underway, as always. Definitely more windy around here. Poor Russia. Couple of tanks. Phew. Yeah, we'll be going up there and then along that way to get out of this wind. Stayed in that hotel, actually. Did a video from inside, showed a few of the rooms and the facilities, swimming pool inside and out and gym and stuff. And it is 100 metres to the beach. And yeah, this is the Grand Hotel, Napa. Very nice. A nice old BM, isn't it? Hey, Cap. The old Moggy with a black face, look. Siamese, is it? Yeah, nice BM, look. Or Thai? Hmm. What are you, cat? Blue eyes. You coming over to say hello or not really? No.
Don't want to go to you.
No, doesn't like me. Oh well. Oh! What a Nina's going on, isn't there? Ambulance. Don't often hear them. By Novikov. What's this then? Haven't been round this side. What's that? A bit of grub in there, darling? Bit of food?
No.
Let's go and have a look at the menu.
It's Khinkali.
Khinkali, is it? Pardon? Is it? Oh. So, Khinkali. If you're outside of Russia, if you're in the UK, it's kind of like dumplings, I suppose. Boiled dumplings with meat inside them. One of those things that doesn't necessarily look terribly appetising to our Western palate, but oh my God, they are lovely. Anyway, what do we got? Salads, soups, biscuit. There's all sorts going on there, isn't there? Vodka. Dunno. Can always spot that, can't we? Mangal, barbecue stuff. Desserts, tea, coffee. What do you reckon, wife? Any good? Not for now, but maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. Anyhow. So again, all under development, as you can see. I think this is the first place that's opened up in this side. Have you seen? No, I haven't. For rent. We've got another place with another menu. Better have a look at that as well then. Quite like looking at menus. Very pertinent to food. Happens to be my favourite thing.
Roll. Pizza, soup, salad.
Pizzas.
Carbonara.
Carbonara.
Курица ганбао.
Oh, what?
Chicken, ганбао chicken.
Gongbao chicken.
With veg and rice.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
It does sound good. Yum yum. Like a bit of gongbao chicken. Oh yeah.
Rolls.
Well, we might walk around for a bit and then end up back here eating. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Beer and seafood.
Or our preferred on the way home. Shawarma.
Ah, yes, in the new place. We discovered a little new place. Grand Sapphire, that was the name of the hotel we stayed at before. Very nice. Very nice. And they're very, very friendly staff. The manager is lovely. Couldn't be more helpful. So, definitely recommend that hotel. The Grand Sapphire Hotel in Anapa. 4-star. Restaurant on site. Good breakfast. And 100 metres to the beach. So Grand Hotel there, double the price, effectively, for the sake of 100 metres. And obviously it being a Grand Hotel, sure, blah, blah, but in there, lovely. Really nice, really good facilities, very friendly staff, super helpful, thoroughly recommended. So if you're looking for a little holiday getaway, the Grand Sapphire, there you go, Grand Sapphire Hotel, perfect location. You can walk into town, just down here. You've got fun fair there for the kids. Got a nice walk all the way along here. Easy access to the beach. A lot of restaurants and shops all being built. And we've got a new supermarket here open, which we like to shop in. They've got some unusual stuff that you don't find in your normal supermarkets, like Asian sauces and stuff like that. One of our big wheels in an Napa. It's pretty at night, it's all lit up. Grand Hotel in Napa. Got some lovely apartments in there because they're just, you've got a huge balcony with wrap-round balconies and glass. Just look straight out onto the sea and across the beach. But it's the Grand, it's 5-star, you're going to pay for it. Oh, it's nice. It's a nice day, isn't it? You're right, wife, or are you done walking? No, you're fine.
I'm fine. I like walking today.
Oh. It's just nice to be out. It's nice to be out in the fresh air. And the dust. So this is a fairly new supermarket, this one. It's like a posh... oh God. Brain's gone dead. Oh, whatever. Brainy no worky this morning. I reckon the MRI's just warped my brain. 3 in a row, you know. Okay. Interesting. Prawn. Good luck, mate. Not for me. Not because I'm particularly fearful of radiation or any other nonsense, but it doesn't really appeal going to a ghost town. Should we go down here? Yeah, maybe we will. Mr. Vincent, good morning. Good morning, Chris. I'm glad to hear Mother Russia is taking good care of her adopted son. When I told people I was going, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. If you leave the UK and tell people you're going to Russia, it's amazing how many friends you lose. Well, so-called friends. Real friends, obviously. Real friends don't decide they don't want to talk to you anymore because you're changing your geography. But yeah, you know, all the fake people that do a very good impression of being good people. Very good at pretending. Putting on the show for the outside world. And they're the ones that disappear when you mention that you're going to Russia. Yeah. So yeah, of no value, those people. Worthless, don't add anything to your life. And much like clearing out your Facebook account and ditching it, and clearing out your garage and your loft and getting all of that, it's very liberating getting rid of these people. Really is. And I do mean that. I'm not just saying that. It really is nice to clear out the chaff, so you haven't got to put up with people's bullshit. And especially coming here to Russia, they don't do fake here. There's none of that have a nice day and then call you a wanker behind your back. They don't do fake. They're very genuine people, very sincere, and it is so refreshing. It really is, coming from coming from the UK especially, where it's just a bunch of, I'm sorry, it's a bunch of bitches backstabbing, you know, slack you off behind your back kind of people, and it's draining, it's tiresome. And coming here, there isn't that. You don't have that. It's just genuine people, and it is really nice. So yeah, to ditch all of that bullshit and you know, let people self-delete because Russia bad. Oh, the media told me Russia's bad, so it must be bad. Trust me, it isn't a loss. When you come, if you lose these people, you might initially think, oh God, what have I done? But that won't last, I promise you. It'll be very short-lived, and you'll be going, yippee! There were lots of comments like, how will they treat you? Be careful, you aren't conscripted, yep. And why would anyone want to live in Russia? I mean, yeah, why would you want to live in Russia, eh? Why? Why would you want to live here? I have no idea. Very strange idea, isn't it? Snow, bears, gangsters, vodka, horse and cart, isn't it? That's all Russia is. It's not though, is it? It's just what the media wants you to believe. It's not though. How will they treat you? Yeah, I had all of that. I thought it myself, to be honest, when I came here. You know, when we first came here, the conflict wasn't underway, and when we came back, it was. So I had all of that, wondering how I was going to get treated. And yeah, it's been fantastic. I want to move to Russia. Do it. What's stopping you? What's stopping you? Sounds nice, a brand new experiment. Okay. Sounds amazing. Small guy, okay. Yeah. Why would you want to come to Russia, eh? So here in Anapa we have about 40 kilometres of sandy beach. I think it's one of the best beaches on the Black Sea. I'd say one of. I'd probably argue the best. Because everywhere else I've seen is all stones, which is alright. But I quite like walking on sand. Zamok Stracha, House of Horror. As I say, it's off season, so a lot of the places are shut up. A lot of them are getting renovated in the off season. That's very common here. They pull them apart at the end of the season. Case in point, this cafe. And they just literally gut them, strip them right out, rebuild them again. But it is it's a holiday town, so, you know, it's seasonal. But personally, I love it here when it's off season. So it's quiet. There's no bloody foreigners here. Yes, I know, I'm a foreigner. But it's just nice and peaceful. And you can come and do this, wander along. I'm actually getting hot. Ooh, that's crazy. It's very warm today. 28th of January, isn't it? Wow. How long have I been living here? 2.5 years, maybe? Something along those lines. Off and on. So game. Bloody hell. Okay. Yeah, it's very, very quiet in the off season. Like I say, 90% of the businesses that are touristy businesses are shut. No point in being open. You can see there's nobody here. So, but if you want to have a nice walk, it's lovely. In summer, beaches are full of people. It's quite distracting, isn't it? Street food. Not today. I am heading towards the realms of being hungry though. Polizia. Little police hut there. A few dotted around. One up in the town and one a bit further along the seafront. Not that I have a great deal to do, I don't think. Another reason to come to Russia. Crime, or the lack of. Yeah, why would you want to come to Russia, eh? Why would you? Yeah. Why would you?
Уважаемые граждане, будьте бдительны, остерегайтесь телефонных мошенников. Если вам звонят якобы работники поликлиники,
Bet you thought about taking up jogging for a minute.
дешевые лекарства или диспансеризацию, помните,
Nice Hikvision cameras.
проводите трубку без разговора.
No, I definitely didn't feel like taking up jogging. It's just rude. It's almost like suggesting I feel like taking up work. Ugh. Ugh. It's quite offensive, isn't it? Ugh. Work. I remember I used to do that. So yeah, why would you go to Russia? Well, why would you go to Russia when you can, you can stay in the UK and pay off your 35-year mortgage one day, eventually, hopefully, mate, you don't have to extend it. Carry on working until what? 70? 67? I don't know. Why would you? Why would you give all of that up? Why would you give up the fantastic British weather? And the food, quality of the food. Yeah, right. And the enjoyment that you get from giving half of your salary to the government in tax before you even start paying for anything. Why would you give that up? Doesn't make any sense. Sounds like heaven. Why would you give up the ability to go to the NHS? Oh, sorry, we gave that up a long time ago. Why would you give up the potential of some healthcare one day? Why would you give up wanting to see a doctor and ringing up to book a telephone call for 2 weeks' time? Why would you give all that up and come to Russia where you can see a doctor the same day? And you can eat fresh food. Why would you come to Russia where GMO, genetically modified food is banned? It's illegal. Why would you come here? Surely it's much better to stay in the UK and the West and eat all of these modified foods with lots and lots of E numbers in. It's got to be better for you, isn't it? Why would you want your kids to come to Russia and go to schools where boys and girls go? Why would you want that? Better off being in Russia, in the West, aren't you? Without those restrictions of just two genders. It's terrible, isn't it? Why would you want to live anywhere where you're restricted to only having two genders? I don't know. Why would you want to be here? Why? Hi, how does it look if you held phone on landscape mode? Well, I'll give it a try. Yeah, no, I'll tell you how it looks. Orientation is locked. So it looks. So that don't work. So the reason I film like this, might take up walking in a minute. Jogging is obviously out for this year. It's fine. Walking's good. So the reason I film like this is so that I can answer your questions. If I film in landscape, I can't see the questions coming up on the phone. It's a bit of a pain. It means I have to keep tapping the phone and trying to find a question and answer it. And I used to get people sort of saying, oh, you haven't answered my question. And I do think that if you take the time and the effort to tap away on your keyboard and ask a question, I should take the time and the effort to answer it. Unless you're rude, of course. Don't do rude. Don't need to be rude. Some of these places are open, little boutiques. A cool tattoo place here on the end. If you want to get inked, and if you want to get uninked, you can go in here as well. Case in point, check out the videos on my channel. One of them is laser tattoo removal here in Russia. I actually went in there and filmed myself, or the wife filmed me getting laser tattoo removal on my fingers. So that's kind of cool. It's humming away there. Fountain's covered up at the moment. Quite normal through the winter. Loopy, fair enough. Not sure what fair enough is, but as long as I've pleased you, it's good. It's all good. Lounge Beach. So we're heading to the centre of the town of Anapa. We'll walk along here a little bit further and then we'll just walk in town a bit. Towards administration, towards the fountains, through the theme parks. And then we should go for a nice walk all the way back. Here's my balloon. She said she wanted to go for a walk. She's regretting it now. Oh, look. You can see them flying about. Your natural reaction, if you're a Westerner speaking English, is as they drive past, you go, ANC? It's not. Looks like it on the cars, though. It's DPS. One of the joys of the Russian language. Yes, I know we need to go back, honey. We're not on a time frame, though, are we?
No. I mean, that's...
I've walked a long way. Further we walk this way, the further I've got to go back. Yeah. You told me I've got to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah. You said you wanted to walk, and you said you've got to walk, bastard.
Yeah.
So here I am, walk busted.
I just never will able to walk as fast as you are.
Oh, this isn't walking fast, honey. This is strolling.
Okay.
Just
So I'm strolling 100 meters behind.
yeah. So my wife's nickname is the balloon because she's usually just rattling along behind me like a balloon. Bless her. Apparently I walk fast. Don't know. Yeah, like I say, some of these little boutique shops are open. Bit of VR racing. Gets a bit sandy here in the summer because well, there's the beach and it just blows straight in. So heading up towards administration, just up there in the end, and then we'll take a left probably down the high street, show you some more inlandy stuff. If that's a word. If it isn't, I've just made it up. Inlandy. So, if you just join me, this is Anapa, A-N-A-P-A, the coast of the Black Sea. About 50 miles from Crimea, and 250, 300 kilometres from Sochi, right on the coast. If you're a foreigner, Westerner, looking to move to Russia, and you quite fancy moving to a nice seaside resort, just make sure that you are either a Russian or married to one. Otherwise, all you'll be doing is renting, because Russia, believe it or not, restricts foreigners from purchasing property and or land on border regions, which is about 11, not regions, districts, it's about 11 districts in our region, and it's all along the coast. So from right the way down to Sochi, all the way up to Crimea. As a foreigner, you can't purchase land there. And some people outside of Russia might go, "Whoa, it's terrible." Personally, I think it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You find a lot of things in Russia are like that. Russia and the Russian government put Russians first. It doesn't mean they're not welcoming foreigners. Far from it. There's always new laws, decrees and amendments coming out to support foreigners immigrating to Russia. Immigrating into, something like that. So yes, definitely welcome. You will be a little shocked at how well you're treated coming from the West. It isn't going to be what you expect. Mostly the reaction I get is, "Oh, they're from England." And that, I'll be honest, upsets me, because a lot of Russians hold England in high regard, and I don't think we deserve that. I don't think we've earned that anymore. And a lot of Russians have a very high opinion of England. And again, I don't think we deserve it. But it is based on mostly a propagandised view of England. You know, everybody lives in a castle and everything's green. And yeah, you know, the West did a very good job of telling Russians how wonderful it is in the West. And if you live in the UK, I'm going to talk about the UK because that's where I come from, but if you live in the UK, can you honestly say it's wonderful? Is that your perception? Everything's wonderful, everything's great. Is it? Well, maybe it is for you, don't know. Generally, what I get when I go back to the UK is, oh my God, it's only got worse. It's only got worse. Everything's gone up. Prices, taxes. Censorship, restrictions, blah, blah, blah. Oh, more food. Definitely heading towards the I've got to eat soon scenario. Big shrimp burger. Getting hungry, wife. Oh, we're going to go there, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah, we found a new little restaurant the other day. Kept driving past it because the location was, it's not something that you would expect. It's on the main road next to a roundabout. There's no houses or anything near it. So it's one of those places that you drive past. But driven past it enough to decide, come on, let's go in there and see what it's like. It's freaking lovely. So we'll go back there. That's where I'm going to get fed. Yum yum. They do Kinkali in there, don't they?
No.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And it was fresh, wasn't it?
I think so, I don't know.
Wasn't it there that they said they had to have 40 minutes to make it?
No, it's
Oh.
Oleg told about that.
Yeah.
No, I think they have frozen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right, I'll swerve that then. Do need to go to that Georgian restaurant though. Was it Georgian that Oleg was saying about? Oh, yes. Another one we've got to try out. So anyhow, the high street in off-season, and as I say, currently being pulled apart. Spot of restructuring. Didn't even know that there was a football field there in the stadium because it was just completely shielded by a load of junk which they're in the process of demolishing. Maybe they're going to renovate that sports stadium. Wouldn't be surprised. They're renovating everything. Loads of new stuff being built all over the place. Bear. Oh, sheep. Bear. Dolly Daydream. There's a little Thai place over there, isn't there? Was it Thai? Or Vietnam? Vietnamese? Like I say, connection, I said earlier, connection is a bit sketchy. It was sort of drifting in and out, I'm afraid, and obviously I have no idea where. So, if you can, bear with us. Because I know as we head back out of town, the connection's good. But in the town, given the current situation with the neighbours, the internet is quite often severely restricted. bagage. You can go and get your leather bags and suitcases and stuff in there. I think down there is Burger King. That's how I navigate where the food is. Giro's King's, a little chain of shawarma, kebab kind of places, fast food, Russian style. How's the red tape we're drowning in Australia? I mean, Russia does have it, obviously. They do like to dot I's and cross T's. Which, yeah, it's a bit strange when you first come here. If you go to, for example, we go to a local hardware store or something, like a metal place that supplies metal stock. So you can build stuff. You go there and you get 3 bits of A4 paper. It's like your contract, and all you're doing is buying a piece of metal and taking it with you. So yeah, everything's recorded in that regard. So very much sticklers for process. What's that? G70. That's a Genesis. Sunglasses. More leather goods. Hi, if you're just new to the stream or new to the channel, please check out some of the videos on the channel. All sorts of weird and wonderfuls relating to an Englishman living here in Russia, specifically southern Russia, where we have a beach, vineyards, although I'm on the wagon. I did have a couple of glasses of wine the other night though. That's all it took, 2 glasses. That was enough. Don't drink anymore. Quite a long way walking back, isn't it? Oh well.
Because I walked 12 kilometers yesterday.
How many?
12.
12? Are you going to do 12 again today, darling?
I think so.
Yeah. See, it's a good plan. The wife says I've got to walk more. So I go, all right, we go out for a walk. We go and do loads and loads of miles. And then she goes, I'm not walking with you again, bastard. And I don't have to walk again for a week. It's great. It's a genius plan. Damn it. I was overheard. need to be sorry. Sorry, what city is that? So this is a town. This is the town of Anapa. If you go to your Google Maps and put in ANAPA, you'll see me waving at you from the satellite. Yeah, we're on the coast of the Black Sea, about 50 miles from Crimea. I use that as a reference because pretty much everybody's heard of Crimea now. 4 years ago, nah. But yeah, as you can see, not probably not what you've been led to believe about Russia. Some of you are enlightened. Some of you might be new to the channel, new to the stream. Just come across it and thought, what the hell's this? Yes, ANAPA, there you go. That's it. Stick that in your Google Maps. It's not Ayia Napa. That's Cyprus, isn't it? Ayia Napa. It's Anapa. And as you can see, nobody's running and hiding. There's no bears, there's no snow, there's no people fighting, no crime. Just a breezy January day, blue skies and sunshine. About 13 degrees today, I think. It feels warmer than that. The Green Duck, quite nice in there. Went in there one night, didn't we? Had a meal. Look at this place. Another one that I always walk past. Nice Maybach in the driveway. Maybach. Closed for the off season. Pectopar restaurant. Big old parrot. Look at the size of that. Big old birdie. Eagle, yeah. Parrot.
Parrot?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not a pirate, parrot. Parrots and pirates, pirates and parrots. Ah, the joys of the English language. My friends in the UK tell me it's in terminal decline. I'm not sure I'd argue with that. Kirchbridge. Been near that a few times. That was... Did a video from here, it's on the channel. Cable car up to the top of the mountains in Gelendzhik. And Novorossiysk, this battleship. It's a floating museum now. 1953, I think. 50. In the 1950s this thing was built. Was crewed by 1,200 sailors. And in the 1950s it had self-targeting, self-firing guns. In the 1950s. So 75 years ago. So when people say that Russia's backward and hasn't got any technology, I laugh at them. Because that's just Western lies. But yeah, 75 years ago, self-targeting, self-firing guns on a battleship. Interesting. Guess they haven't moved on in 75 years, have they? Yeah, right. You want to see some of the things we see? Whew. In fact, I'd like to know what some of the things are that we see. So we're going to have a nice little walk now, all the way back in the sunshine. What's that?
I don't know. It's called beach apartment.
Apartments, is it?
Or hotel.
Oh,
Or,
hotel,
I don't
so.
know. Do not see any.
Huh? Yeah. Yes, I got you. The UK, not Russia. Yes, I wouldn't argue with that. As I say. What does a call phone contract cost? I've got. I don't think I've got unlimited data, but I've just got so much data that I don't have to think about it. I don't know how many gig, but yeah, I can live stream, as you can tell. Unlimited calls, unlimited text messages, that kind of stuff. And I think I pay about 800 rubles a month. So about £6.50, £7, something like that. You can get them cheaper than that. Get much cheaper packages than that. Depends what you want. Another reason to move to Russia. Stuff's cheap, like the budgie. Things like electricity, cheap. Gas, cheap. Cheap, cheap. Very cheap, cheap. Stupid cheap, cheap. Yeah. What you guys in the UK pay a month for gas, we wouldn't pay that for a year. Nothing like. Not even close. But, well, it's all going up soon, isn't it? Even though Britain isn't part of the EU anymore. Well, in name only. Mr. Starmer's doing a good impression of somebody trying to get everybody back into the EU. Disastrous, personally, but... But, yes, the EU have just signed off on banning Russian energy imports in their entirety by 2027. Got about another year, but they're going to start doing it straight away anyway. Already have, haven't they? Ursula and her trickery. Hungary is suing them. As I understand, they banned the imports under the sanctions package, and that's coming up for renewal. It requires all member states to vote, and to make a continuation of the sanctions, it has to be unanimous. And obviously, banning Russian energy is about as dumb as a dumb thing. Cheapest energy supplier you have, and then you ban it. Genius. It's political movement, obviously, got nothing to do with being... Somebody said, you know, we should absolutely not be dependent on Russian energy. Well, I understand the dependent part to a degree, but when it's your cheapest supplier and your most reliable supplier, why wouldn't you want to be dependent on that? Especially when, even after everything that's going on, they have never used energy as a weapon. So they've never, like the US, which just cut your energy off. Russia's never done that. They have contracts and they honour them because it's a lawful place. So why wouldn't you be happy with that? Wow. Madame von der Crazy has managed to get that through now. So that's it, game over. No more prospect of cheap Russian energy. Now, you can just be 95% dependent on the US and their LNG. Genius. Absolutely genius. Purely political, got nothing to do with anything else. There we go. So, what's that going to do? Well, even though Britain's not in the EU, all the prices are going to go up over the next few years, aren't they? In fact, if you look at US LNG now, go to the stock market and see what's happened to that in 5 days. 240% increase in 5 days. And I'm sorry, Mr. Consumer, that's coming to visit your pocket over the coming months and years. While old Trumpy boy gets a bigger bank balance. Yeah. Crazed egomaniac. Sell, sorry. What does a cell phone contract? Yeah, I think I've answered you anyway. Sorry, I can't read, no problem. Amazing. Cool fun park. Have you been there? Yes. Been through, there's ice skating now. And yeah, fun parky stuff, you know. And then there's a lovely walk. There's an actual park on the back of it, which I haven't shown you, but there's quite a lot of parks around. Australia also mad. Gas, electricity, nuts here. Yeah, I think England's got the highest energy prices in Europe, possibly the world. Don't know. Don't want to say that for definite, but it's certainly raging. Loopy, I'm also in Australia. 8 PM here. It's going downhill fast here too. $600 a quarter for one person electricity and more for Jesus Christ. I mean, I know it's Aussie dollars and it's different, but even so, I know that's a lot of money. $2,500 a year. Oz. Christ. What do you reckon that gas bill would be for the year, darling? At 15 quid? 20 maybe? Yeah, pennies. I'm not joking. £1 a month. Sometimes a bit more in the middle of winter when the heating's on flat out all the time. Electricity fluctuates. In the summer we're running a load of air conditioning units, swimming pool, etc, etc. Probably about £30 a month. And in the winter, still running the swimming pool. Run the swimming pool all the time now. But we're not using the air conditioning, so it gets a little bit cheaper. But that's monthly. So yeah, I feel your pain. It's a stitch up. Yeah, it's just... I saw something the other day that was... If you earn £100 in the UK and you're a high rate taxpayer, for example, government takes 50% of that straight away. Tax and national insurance, etc, etc. And then you go and stick 50 quid's worth of fuel in your car and 57% of that is tax. So your 100 quid's about 23 quid. Great. I can't wait. Sounds wonderful. Where do I sign? Sign me up for that, please. I'll have some of that. I fancy going to work 5 days a week, 4 of them being for the government. I love that. Sounds wonderful. Yeah, why Russia? Why would you go to Russia? Yeah, why would you? Look at that smoker. Look, honey, a smoker. Big old smoker. Nom, 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 nom. Yum, yum, yum. Big old smoker, darling. One day. Napa Lighthouse. We have taxes on taxes, indeed. The worst one is payroll tax. Yep. Business higher up to the threshold, so you don't Pay the tax, yeah, that limits employment. Nutters here making Aussie. Yeah, do you know what? You're not the first person that's told me that. I know a few Aussies. And some of the laws around the L and the G and the B and the T and the Q and the R and the S and the diversity, DEIs, got to have a bit of that, haven't you? Well, you haven't actually. You haven't got to have a bit of that. You can move to Russia. I'm not having any of that nonsense. Yeah, amongst other nonsense, censorship laws and God knows what. It's scary, isn't it? Frightening. All in the name of free speech, apparently, which is something that I think they must have exported because it ain't at home anymore. We have more gas and electric per capita, yet they won't even think about nuclear. Yeah. Well, much like the pharmaceutical industry, why would they want to produce cheap energy when they can sell you expensive energy? Just like the pharmaceutical industry, really. Wonder what diseases have actually been cured. It's not about curing diseases though, because then can't sell you the pills for it. Nuclear is banned, yep, and the Morrison government are now banning gas in homes. Jesus Christ. Oh. I mean, it's, you know, it's the beginning of the end, isn't it? I think for a lot of Western societies. Once you start going down these kind of paths of, you know, just insane ideas, all in the name of democracy, freedom of speech, and protecting the planet. Yeah. Where were the protecting the planeters when Trump decided he wanted Greenland? Because the old US of A turning up on Greenland, they're not going there to measure the height of the grass. They're going there to concrete the place. Stick in a few airports, a load of runways, a load of motorways and infrastructure, and tarmac the place everywhere. It's going to have a tad of an environmental impact, I think. Just a smidge. Nobody's mentioning that. That's all right though, isn't it? It's okay. If the US is doing it, it's okay, it's legal, and in fact it's positively good for you. If anyone else does it, no. Venezuela, anyone? Hostile takeover of Greenland? But that was all smoke and mirrors anyway. I did a video on that. Or live, can't remember. It was all smoke and mirrors. All the whole thing of the EU posturing against Trump, and it's all smoke and mirrors. And then the final bit, I said before it happened, that it will be sold as needing for national security and defence for Europe. Old Donald needs Greenland for that. And some people say it's about the resources. No, it's not. It's not about the mineral rights or anything else. It's about Trump expanding his empire, going down in history as the man that made the US bigger. Not greater, just bigger. Is that a good thing for the world? Bigger US? Focus on all the wrong things here. Yeah. The only thing we manufacture in Australia anymore is our own problems. 40% of new homes alone are taxed. It's insane, isn't it? Tax is theft. It's legalised theft. And it's all masked under a veil of having to pay for the public services that you get. And, you know, they always hide behind, well, who would pay for the police and who would pay for the fire brigade and who pays for this and who pays for that and who pays for your health service and da-da-da. And then you find that your health service is absolutely on its knees. You can't get to see a doctor anyway. The police never turn up when you ring them. And if your fire breaks out in your house, you're better off putting it out where your garden knows. You've got to pay for that. Oh, and you've got to pay more this year. Even though the service has got worse, still got to pay more. It's called inflation. Yep, hate speech is banned, even retrospectively. Yep. Yeah. So freedom of speech is okay. You're allowed to have freedom of speech as long as the speech that you think is free is what you're allowed to say. As long as it's that, then you've got freedom of speech. Loads of it. As much of it as you want. Old birdie up the top there, look. Old eagly. Frozen he is. Left is a man in complete control for inks in Oz. Fort police. Yeah. Carbon dioxide plant food. Yeah, apparently so. Who knew? Global warming, eh? Go back and look at all the, I mean, I've been on the planet quite a long time and I remember all of the, you know, I remember the Cold War. I remember the adverts on TV of how to build a nuclear bomb shelter in your house. Take your internal doors off and you lean them up against an internal wall to make like a triangular shaped wigwam thing. And then you put your bedding on the outside of the doors. Take any food and drink that you've got and go in there. I kid you not, I promise you, that was a public service announcement on the TV back in the Cold War era when there was a threat of nuclear war. That's what you were supposed to do in the event of nuclear war. So my internal cardboard doors are obviously some kind of new age composite material capable of deflecting nuclear bombs. Amazing. Yeah, we had all that nonsense, didn't we? Yeah. And what else did we have? Oh yeah, Ice Age. We're entering an Ice Age. We had that. In 10 years, we'll all be frozen. That was in the 80s, I think. Then we had the ozone layer. We're all going to get fried by the sun. There's a huge hole in the ozone layer and it's getting bigger, well, by the second. So the next genius plan was everybody make sure that you unplug your TVs at night because the little red LED standby light is what's burning up the ozone layer. So you've got to unplug your TVs. That was another one. Do you remember that? And then sea level rising. The iceberg's melting. Oh shit. Oh, lies. All to steer you into a new taxation class. And here entereth from the left, electric vehicles. Purely for taxation. F all to do with the environment. Nothing to do with the environment. How can it be? How can it be? How can it be environmentally friendly to build a new car plant and produce new vehicles? Doesn't matter what they are, but just producing new vehicles is not environmentally friendly. Full stop. Keeping the old ones on the road would be. And all of this crap about emissions. Well, what do you think the power stations are pumping out into the atmosphere then to provide the electricity? You all know this. I ain't saying anything new. And then the batteries, where are they going? It's just, like I say, it's just to create a new taxation class. Produce EVs. And then We can tax the people. Tax you for buying a new car, tax you for running a new car. Tell you that if you buy an EV, you can drive into London and not pay a congestion charge. So of course, loads of people bought EVs. Paid twice as much for an EV as they would have done for a normal car, but hey, we're going to save a load of money on congestion charge. And what's old Shere Khan done? The old Jungle Book lion? Well, reversed that, hasn't he? What a surprise. Much like the Dartford crossing. Going to be a toll. Oh, there's uproar. How can it be a toll? It's a bloody infrastructure. Why should there be a toll? Oh, no, we're going to put a toll, but as soon as it's paid for, we'll take the toll away. Yeah, right. Kind of didn't work out like that, did it? Didn't take the toll away. They just made it more expensive. Seems reasonable. We're just told one pack of lies after another in the West. Second term, Trump became megalomaniac. 100%. 100%. I had high hopes for him after his first term. He was talking the talk before he got in power, like they all do, because they're all lying, backstabbing, conniving weasels. That's being polite and PC. But he was talking the talk, wasn't he? Going to do away with the deep state, disband the CIA, sort the FBI out, sort out the foreign policy, bring the troops home, blah, 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 blah. And he's 10 times worse than he was before. International law, what's that? I don't need international law on Donald Trump. I'm only governed by my own morality. Well, you ain't got any morality. Your morals are lower than a snook's belly. So, I guess that means you can do what you want. Which, as it's turning out, is exactly the case. You can do exactly what you want. To a point. You can pick on the small countries. It's like all bullies, that's what they do. You can pick on the Europeans now, because them donuts have segregated themselves so much that they are now vassal states, completely dependent on the US, permanently now. That's it, game over. So now that they are completely energy dependent, going to do as I say. So that's that. But a couple of flies in the ointment, isn't there? Russia's called one, China's another, India, yeah, I think India plays a clever game. Sit on two chairs, don't they? Cheek on each one. But. Then we got the New START treaty expiring. Let's have a nuclear arms race. Let's throw that in there. What else? As if we haven't made a big enough mess. Let's not go and renegotiate the restrictions on nuclear armament. Let's just let that lapse and then have a nuclear arms race. Yeah, seems legit. Common sense is not that common, indeed. It is here. It absolutely is here. It is paramount, I would say. It's what the place runs on. Common sense. I've just started the cladding on this, and the glass and all that. Last time I was down here, that scaffolding wasn't there, and there was a bloke walking along the edge of the wall there in Crocs. Perfectly normal here. That's the common sense part. If you wear Crocs and drop something on your foot and it hurts, that tells you one of two things. One, don't wear Crocs again. Or two, don't drop something on your foot. Common sense. And if you want to go walking around the edge of that building and you fall off, well, it's your own stupid fault, isn't it? Yeah. Sky rat. Hey, piggin. I've killed the wife. She ain't gonna want to walk with me again. Well, only the US has freedom of speech as far as I know. Okay. We keep being reminded it doesn't exist in Australia in any shape or form. I'd argue that freedom of speech is severely under attack in the US. Wow. Hi, Tatiana. Yes, it is warm. I'm walking along in a very, very thin t-shirt and a hoodie, and I really need to be taking the hoodie off because I'm hot. Hot, hot, hot. Case in point, look, just one of these swimmy t-shirt kind of things, and I'm very hot. Ozone hole was a scam. It's all a scam. To ban out a patent refrigerant so they could sell panty one. Yeah. Don't want you using that 134A, do you? Can't use that. Is it the 134A that you can't use, and the 1234 you've got to use now, or the other way around? Can't remember. I'm going off on a tangent. Some people are thinking, what on earth is he on about now? The type of refrigerant that you get in air conditioning units and fridges. Need to bring a new one out because they couldn't earn enough money off the old one. Too many people doing it, you know. So they changed the ingredients, add a bit of salt, maybe a bit of pepper, stir it around a bit, bring out a new one, tell everybody you've got no choice, you've got to run a new one. And it's 4 times the price of the old one, by the way. Seems legit. In Moscow, it's been snowing the whole day. Wow, yeah. I mean, but you guys are used to it, aren't you? Made me laugh the other day when they said they sent a load of British Armed Forces, I think it was to Finland, for Arctic training. Russians are born Arctic trained. Gonna send them for Arctic training. 2 weeks at 20 degrees below. Whoopee. We had minus 20 down here. Need to send them off to Yakutsk or somewhere, don't they? Wonder what they'd make of Kamchatka. That's just laughable, really. All of this posturing and they're going to fight the Russians. What at? Tiddlywinks? Dear oh dear. I mean, I say it's laughable, but it's not. It's very, very dangerous. And a dumb idea. Great hearing from you, Geezer. Hope to see you online soon. Be strong, take it easy. Thanks very much. I'll try and take it easy. It's my favourite pastime. Apparently, if you put met, if you put methane in, it works fine. Kid you not. Okay. You all right, wife, or you? Have I nearly killed you? No? You're okay? You like to walk slowly? She likes to walk slow. I won't say I don't like to walk slow, I just don't know that I'm walking fast. Cheers, mate, gotta go. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. So, Plug time. Please like, share and subscribe. Sharing is caring. Yeah, it's the only way that the channel can grow is if people like you hit the like button. You know, drop a comment, share the channel, because it doesn't get promoted. It's in Russia, isn't it? And what's the biggest problem? Well, I'm showing this. I'm showing the truth. Uncensored, unfiltered, unedited. Camera on. Hey, this is Russia. Camera off. And I can't do that. It's not allowed in the West. It destroys the narrative. So they don't like it. So consequently, you won't see my live streams or my channel recommended. And if you are subscribed to it and you've got notifications set on to all, go and have a look and see where they are. Because they'll be on off or custom. And as you haven't set up any custom preferences, that means off. Funny how that happens every month. Yeah, so it does help, guys. Like, share, subscribe, but certainly hitting the thumbs up button, dropping a comment, yeah, I'll be very, very grateful. So we're back to where we started, nearly, Sofia. So this is the private clinic, I suppose, where you can go and get various scans and tests, which is where I started the live stream. After having 3 MRI scans this morning and a topography scan for less than £50. Yeah, why Russia? Why would you move to Russia? Why would you indeed? Why would you? And here's a good example of the Russian language. So you got that up there. Sofia, Sofia, yeah? And then you got that there. That says Sofia too. Yeah. It's not Copus, yeah. That's Sofia. It is challenging. Delbffinari. Dolphinarium. Effectively. Tickets to Dolphinarium. And then we've got some excursions, haven't we? A Browder, so thoroughly recommend going there. Lots of champagne and wine. There's the Dolphinarium. Amazing. Some people are been brainwashed to believe that, dolphinariums and things like that are bad, terrible. Yeah. If the animal's never known any different, what's terrible about it? Better created at all? And they do a lot, these sort of places, to promote looking after these kind of animals. But the show, I'm digressing, the show in there is something else. It really is. I mean, it's quite emotional, to be honest. I found it a bit emotional. I got a little bit emotional. A little bit Vinnie Jones. Yeah, remarkable, amazing. You can tell the animals, the dolphins and the seals, sea lions and beluga whale, you can tell that they are enjoying themselves, because at the end of the show they're all playing, they're all splashing around, jumping out of the pool and just generally having a good time. So yeah, thoroughly recommend that. Cafe there, food. I've been trying to find your channel for ages. I remember it from a few years ago. Thank you, mate. Well, that's the thing. It's a case of having to find it rather than it get recommended to you now. Doesn't get recommended anymore because I'm the devil. I'm showing what shouldn't be shown. Reality in the real world and the truth. Shouldn't be showing that. Yeah, sure. Orbitology. Okay. Yeah, whatever floats your boat, mate. What makes you happy, why not? Do in life what makes you happy. Anyhow, thanks for joining me, guys, for a little stroll this morning. Hour and a half of wandering about, talking about all things Russian. Especially the wonderful healthcare. And the wonderful weather. But right now, I'm off to go and get fed. So, as I say, thanks for joining me. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe and share. And I'll see you in the next one.